Hello guys and welcome back to our Cisco Packet Tracer course, and in this tutorial we are going to learn how to configure IP addresses in Cisco Packet Tracer using CLI or command line interface commands on a router and assign IP addresses to two PCs and a mobile device connected via switch. So in our network topology we will have one router, we will have one switch, and we will have two PCs and one mobile device. And the main takeaway which you should take away from this tutorial is how to configure IP address in router in command line. So let's start by adding our devices to our workspace, and let's start by adding a router. Click into the network devices, and in second device navigation in the left bottom corner make sure that you are in routers, and we will be using router 1941, which is the third router here. Click on it and click somewhere on workspace, and this router will be added. Next we need to select a switch. Click in the left bottom corner on switches, and we will be using switch 2960 and click somewhere on workspace. And then we will be adding three end devices where we will be adding two PCs. So let's click on end devices in the left bottom corner, and let's select very first one here to the right, which is PC, and let's click it somewhere on the screen. And this will be PC0. Then click again on PC. Let's add another PC. This will be PC1. And here at the end devices you will find also a smartphone. So click on it and add it also on workspace. And now we need to connect all these devices. So let's click here in connections in the left bottom corner, and let's use a copper straight through cable. If we click on routers, then here you will see that gigabit Ethernet 0/0. Make sure that you remember this port, as we will be needing, or we will be configuring this port gigabit Ethernet 0/0 to add IP address to this port when we will be doing configuration by using CLI. So gigabit Ethernet 0/0, click on it and click on, and here we will add it to fast Ethernet 0/1. And now let's connect both PCs the same way by using copper straight through cable. So let's click on it, then let's click on switch. Let's use fast Ethernet 0/2, then click on first computer and let's connect it to fast Ethernet 0, and let's do exactly the same with our last computer. Let's click on switch, fast Ethernet 0/3, let's click on computer and fast Ethernet 0. Let's start by configuring our router, and to configure router, click on your router. Here click into CLI. Here, as you can see, would you like to enter the initial configuration dialog? You say no, hit enter, then click enter again, and then you will access this router. As you can see, now we are in router, and to enable this router or to enter privileged exec mode, we type in enable and hit enter, and you will enter this router mode. And now we need to enter global configuration mode, and to enter a global configuration mode, we need to type in next command, which is configure terminal, and hit enter. And this global configuration mode, which we just entered by entering command configure terminal, this mode allows us to configure various aspects of the router. And first aspect which we will be configuring, or which we want to configure on this router, is this port which I was mentioning earlier on. If we hover over router, as you can see, there is gigabit Ethernet 0/0 port. So to configure this port, which is also called in Cisco Packet Tracer or in Cisco in general interface, we need to type in a next command. And next command is interface space, and we need to type in the name gigabit Ethernet 0/0, as we want to configure this interface, like I mentioned, interface or this port, which is called gigabit Ethernet 0/0, and hit enter. Once we have entered this interface configuration, as you see here, we typed in interface, then we wanted to configure this interface gigabit Ethernet 0/0. We will assign IP address to this interface or to this port on our router. And to assign IP address to our port, we need to type in next command, which is IP, as we want to assign IP address, and then we need to specify IP address. In our scenario, that will be 192.168.1.1 space And after space we need to also specify a subnet mask. And subnet mask will be 255.255.255.0 and hit enter. And here we assign the IP address 192.168.1.1 with a subnet mask of 255.255.255.0, and this will serve as a gateway for the connected devices. So this IP address will be also the gateway for all those devices which we added, which is 2 PCs and 1 smartphone. And there is one more command which we need to type, and it is no space shutdown. This command activates the interface, making it operational. This means that we enabled, as you can see, now we enabled this port or this interface on our router, and it became green, and now it is connecting or establishing connection between the router and our switch. And now we need to type exit and hit enter. Again exit, as I was not in the command, and hit enter. And we needed to type this exit command, as this exit command means that we have completed the router's interface configuration and we exited this configuration mode. And now we can close this CLI or command line interface, as now, as you can see, we have configured our router. And let's add a note under the router with the IP address we have given it, which was 192.168.1.1. So now we can visually see the IP address which we have given to our router. And always router's IP address is the gateway address for all our devices. Now let's assign IP addresses to all our other devices. Let's start with our first PC, which is PC0. Let's click on it and select here in the very first tab desktop and click on IP configuration. Make sure that it is set to static, and let's type in IP address 192.168.1.2 and click into subnet mask field, and it will get populated automatically. I will copy this IP address, close this down, click on our second PC, which is PC1. Let's click into desktop, click on IP configuration, very first one. Make sure it is in static. I will paste that IP, and here I will change the very last part. So our IP address for this device is 192.168.1.3. Click into subnet mask field, it will get populated, and let's close this down, and let's do exactly the same with our smartphone. Go into desktop, IP configuration, static, and here also we will type in IP address, but we will end it with 1.4. And actually one more thing which I forget to do. Let's click into subnet mask, and which we need to do for all these 3 devices. And those who understand what we are doing here is very important, default gateway. And default gateway, like I mentioned, is usually your router's IP address, which is 192.168.1.1. This means that in default gateway we also need to enter 192.168.1.1. And I will copy this, close this down, and I will click on our first PC, again IP configuration and default gateway also 192.168.1.1, and let's do exactly the same for our last PC, also default gateway 192.168.1.1, which is our router's IP address, and close this down. And here you will notice that our network is not connected, or our smartphone is not connected to anything, and the reason here is because of our router. And here I wanted to highlight or made this mistake deliberately, so you understand that router's main purpose is to route traffic between networks, not to provide Wi-Fi connection. However, at your home routers you will find also that access point is built into it. And here, to solve this problem, we will need to create a wireless access point so our mobile can also connect to our network which we have created. We also will need to create it, so click on network devices. Here in the left bottom corner select wireless devices, and here select VRT300N router, or this will act as wireless access point in our scenario. Then we need to establish connections, so in the left bottom corner click on connections and then select copper straight through cable, and then click on switch and we will attach it to fast Ethernet 04 port, and then click on this wireless access point and connect it to internet, and then click on this wireless access point, as we also need to configure IP address for this wireless access point or this wireless router. So click here into configure, and here click into internet, and here we need to select static, as we want to add a static IP address, and our IP address range was 192.168.1.5, as this will be the fifth device in our network. And click into the subnet mask field, it will get populated automatically, and as default gateway we also need to give it a router's gateway, which is 192.168.1.1. So let's do it, 192.168.1.1, and here we can close it down. And now you can see that this also have a wireless connection to our smartphone. But for example, if you on your wireless router you would want to restrict this smartphone or allow this connection only by using some password, I will also show you how you can do it. So let's click again on this wireless access point. I will be calling this wireless access point router. Let's click on it, and once this opens up, here you will see tab wireless, and currently you can see authentication is disabled, but here we can enable authentication by clicking into WPA2-PSK, this one, and here we select the password which we would want to add to our network for devices who would want to connect wirelessly to this access point. So here I will type in 12345678. You can type there whatever passphrase or password you would like to give, and let's close this down. And now you can see that this smartphone is not able to connect this wireless point, because this is like in real world scenario. For example, if you would want to connect to some network, you would need to provide a password, and we need to configure this also on our smartphone. So imagine that the network administrator or company, they gave a password to the smartphone user, so the smartphone user can connect to this network. So let's click onto this network, and here let's also select wireless 0, and here we also select VPA or WPA2-PSK. Let's click in there, and then on the smartphone we will add the same password, which in our scenario was 1234567 and close this down, and now this connection should establish again. Let's open again wireless. Actually I made a mistake, as you see 1234, I added 2 4s, that's why it didn't connect it. 1234567 so it is the same password. So let's close this down, and now you can see that this connection has established. And here you will notice one thing. If we will try to ping from our PC1, let's open up and let's open a command prompt. If we will try to ping here from this PC0, we will be able to ping it. Its IP address was 192.168.1.2 and hit enter. As you can see, pinging is taking place. However, if we will try to ping now this smartphone which we added to this wireless router, you will see that we will not be able to ping it. So let's try to do it. So let's ping 192.168.1.4. As you remember, our IP address for our smartphone is 192.168.1.4. Let's hit enter. You will see that pinging is not taking place. And this is because of reasons that some wireless routers have built-in function which is called wireless isolation, which prevents wireless devices from communicating with other devices on the same network. And this is the case with this router which we added here, as this router is preventing this wireless device to communicate with other devices on the same network. And like I mentioned, and this is called wireless isolation, and in some routers you can disable that functionality. And the very last thing what I wanted to show you here is on this router how you can check router interface status. So let's click on this router, let's open a CLI and hit enter. And to check router's interface status, let's type in a command show space IP space interface, and as you know, interface are those ports on the router, space and brief, and hit enter. And here you can see what is happening on our router. As you can see, it is connected, or our router is using port or using gigabit Ethernet 0/0 port. As you can see here, this router is using that port, and it is connecting, or a gateway or IP address for that port is 192.168.1.1, which we set up, and status is up. This means that it is working and it is functioning. And by using this command show IP interface brief, this command displays a summary of all the router's interfaces, their IPs and operational status. For example, if you would want to just to check how many ports this particular router have, so here you can see that this particular router has 2 ports, gigabit Ethernet 0/0 and gigabit Ethernet 0/1, and only 1 port is used, which we use to connect all this network to this router. So yes guys, hope that you found this video useful. If you did, leave a like, share this video, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and see you in the next one.